The time is almost upon us as Scotland once again return to World Cup action with a mammoth clash against Morocco in Foxborough this Friday night. In today's World Cup podcast, we'll have all the build-up from across the pond and back home here in Scotland. Hello and welcome back to today's daily Scotsman World Cup podcast as we look ahead to the return of Steve Clarke's men this coming Friday. In today's episode, I'm delighted to be joined once again by our chief football correspondent, Alan Patullo, over in Charlotte at the minute. Alan, how are you doing? You all right?
No, Boston.
Oh.
Well, I'm at the pre-match press conference in Boston at the Boston Stadium. Although I say Boston, of course, as we now know, it's about a 45-minute journey outside Boston. So it was, early start this morning.
I heard that you went to a baseball game last night. Is it your first taste?
Yeah, it is. Absolutely, yeah. It was great. Boston Red Sox against the Blue Jays.
Slightly late to the party, given that everybody was there on Sunday night. All the Scotland fans were there, about 5,000, as we now know, seeing it's impossible to go on social media and not be besieged by clips of Scotland fans at Fenway Park. But the games come thick and fast in baseball, so there was another chance to go last night, so a few of us went. And, there wasn't obviously the same number of Scotland fans there last night, but definitely still several hundred Scotland fans there. Shirts of all different eras, Scotland tops, and you could tell they really are being very well received by the Boston Red Sox fans, although they're not bringing much luck to the team because they lost again last night and they're sitting bottom of the table, sadly. But yeah, great experience, loved it.
As a Blue Jays fan, Alan, I'll keep my opinions to myself on that one in case there's any Boston Red Sox fans listening. But I'm also delighted to be rejoined by the excellent Catherine Hay, who's over in Boston. How are you, Catherine? All right?
Yeah, good this morning. And we've got Ryan here today as well.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
I was just about to say, Ryan, look, if people haven't read the article yet from Catherine, it's a really good article. But for the people who haven't and maybe just listening to the show today, you're over there wearing a Morocco shirt. You've got the Scottish accent, which you can quite clearly hear. An amazing story for the people who haven't read it. Can you give me a bit of background on, why you're with us today, first and foremost, and second of all, why this World Cup's so personally important to yourself?
Yeah, for me, tomorrow, the big game, Morocco versus Scotland. I was born in Morocco, but ever since a young age, grew up in Scotland, don't speak Arabic. Scottish is my home, and continuing this chant of no Scotland, no party. I was adopted from Morocco to Scotland, and the last 5 years I've been to Morocco trying to search for family, and recently just last month. So I stop every Moroccan and go, hello, my name's Ryan, this is my story, and all the Moroccans have been supportive. And while I'm over here, I'm getting stopped from Scottish and Moroccans, same question, who are you supporting? So
I like what you said off air before you spoke to me. You said I'm Moroccan this morning, but I'm Scottish this evening.
Yeah, So I've got a jumper, as you've seen, half Scottish, half Moroccan. I'll be taking that with me tonight. I'm going to meet up with the Scottish, and I'll swap my jersey. And my head's saying Morocco, but my heart's saying Scotland, and I'm following my heart all the way. I believe.
I think it just sounds like an excuse to party twice. I'm not going to lie.
Well, just to explain my journey, I booked this last week because I missed the last minute. Wow. I came on my own. I had one night's accommodation. I had no ticket, and I am doing it all sober. I'm nearly 3 years sober. So how I'm coping, and I'm still out till 2-3 in the morning.
You can hear he's losing his voice. I mean, he's always getting the chants going. And it was Ryan who, if anyone's seen the video of me on my birthday on someone's shoulders, that was Ryan.
I got the happy birthday chant for Catherine as well. So I hope you've all said happy birthday and got her something nice.
Yeah, I got a lot of messages.
But I'm an energy type of guy. I used to work out in Ibiza, so I was a party boy. But now I try and set a good example and go to places where you're supposed to drink and not drink. And I'm still having fun.
Yeah, it certainly seems like, and that video is great if you haven't seen it, over on all our social media channels and stuff like that. But Catherine, I was going to say, I saw you were joined by some excellent Moroccan fans yesterday. You've kind of just alluded to maybe half of one of them, can we say? Is Boston beginning to fill up with more Moroccan fans as the game edges closer? You've had Iraq, Norway. Is all the fans just kind of getting together now? All the fan bases joining together?
Yeah, Ryan and I were just talking about this actually before we came on here. I think the Tartan Army are being slightly, taken over now in terms of the sounds and the kind of noise that's filling the streets of Boston. Because, the Moroccan fans, they just descended on downtown Boston last night, and flares, drums, Arabic chants. And it's kind of amazing standing among that, because it's, no one's drinking in that crowd. And so it's just kind of this very raw atmosphere, really, with fans who are just really going for it without any booze. Obviously, it's just different with the Tartan Army. But what's really nice to see, though, is I'm yet to post more on our social media. So, keep your eyes on that if you want to see more of the Moroccan fan action. But there was like a weird merging of the chants going on. It was John McGinn. It's like, we've got McGinn, and then the sha-la-la-la-la. Just like this kind of proper remix going on. Because I think that at one point they were trying to kind of outdo each other with the song, trying to be louder than each other, but then actually they just ended up just combining the songs. So I'm going to be posting some more videos from last night on our social media, so you'll see that.
The videos from over there have been like amazing, and it's as cheesy as it sounds and as generic as it sounds. I think that is what the World Cup's all about, everyone combining together. And I even saw an English fan yesterday who wandered into a Scottish bar, seen all the Tartan Army fans. You could see the horror on his face because he had an England shirt on, and all of a sudden, within about 2 minutes, he was joined in. We were forced to join in by Loch Lomond, including the bit where they're throwing him up at the end and he's getting tossed about. So
Graham, he's sat next door, that England fan. Wow. He's just having a coffee next door. So I'm going to try and chat to him after this.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Alan, looking at the game itself, look, before we get into the nitty gritty, we had the worry about Scott McTominay before the Haiti game. He turned out to be all right. McKenna obviously missed out. We heard that he missed training yesterday. What's the latest team news as far as you're aware?
Well, obviously, we're speaking to Steve Clarke in about 40 minutes' time, so I'll get that insight from him, I'm sure. And there was some talk. I mean, it's fascinating, isn't it? Just thinking about the team selection dilemmas that Steve Clarke has. I don't know. We seem to be, I speak to my colleagues, speak to fans around town, and we come up with different ideas every day. And we're thinking, there was some talk of Kieran Tierney and Steve Clarke having quite a long chat at training this morning. So I do wonder whether he's going to be come into the side, perhaps as a third centre half and play at left centre half. Andy Robertson obviously at wing back. That's obviously one of the options which Steve Clarke has. So as Ryan will know, Morocco are a formidable team. I think am I right in saying up to 7th in the world now? I think as of today or as of yesterday, was it 6th even? Absolutely extraordinary. And I think Steve Clarke might be thinking, well, let's just sort of keep a solid platform on which to try and get this point that Scotland require. And I think a point means you're 99% likely to qualify for the next stage. So so we'll get Steve's insight on that and thoughts on that in a little while. But it's going to be a fascinating night tomorrow night. And I mean, the challenges do not come much stiffer than Morocco just now.
Yeah, I think I always like to get at least one Sunderland reference into every podcast we do, Alan, so I will get my one in here. Morocco are a really strong team. Obviously, there's a boy that plays for the team. I support Chemsdean Talby, who's had a phenomenal first debut season at Sunderland, and he doesn't even get into their starting 11, barely featured in the AFCON. He had about half an hour off the bench against Brazil, so he was the best part of 17-20 million. So it shows you the sort of level of strength that they have in the attacking areas of the pitch. Do you think that's why Steve Clarke will be looking to maybe go to a back three? Because I suppose with Hickey and with Robertson, you do have players that can get up and down the pitch and will still offer you something offensively, but are solid defensively as well. Do you sense that the formation is going to change?
I've just got a feeling it might, actually. Well, certainly it will change. It will change certainly from the game last Saturday night against Haiti. I think we've pretty much all agreed that well, again, it could, who knows, but we were saying one striker probably up front. Lyndon Dykes possibly comes into the equation there. Maybe he can start. Just somebody with a bit of muscular presence to rough up or try and rough up the Morocco back four. And Ben Gannon Doak, I'm sure will start. I think Scotland needs somebody just to get them up the pitch, but we'll see. It's a really fascinating conundrum for Steve Clarke. He's got a real a second game. This is the defining game for Scotland's tournament. So he's got a lot to think about tonight.
Spoke to a few members of the team this week in terms of Ryan Christie. You touched on Lyndon Dykes there, who was touching on his haircut and the fact that he looks a little bit more menacing when he does have a completely big shaven head, and he does. And there's a chance that he could start tomorrow. But are you sensing obviously they've been to two major tournaments, and in these two major tournaments they've gone out early. They've always gone out early, but this particular squad has, and they don't want to do that. They want to set that legacy. And when I'm listening through the TV, I'm sensing like a level of confidence, but also a level of experience of the kind of pressure that they're experiencing. How is the mood in the camp from what you can gather when you're speaking to the players?
I mean, it's as good as I can remember any of these tournaments I've covered with Scotland. Not that many, of course. 2 European Championships. But yeah, they just seem very comfortable amongst each other. They've talked about it. Every player that's come in has talked about it, this connection they have with the fans. The more relaxed camp that they have just now. Steve Clarke seems to have learned from lessons of a couple of years ago, and it was all a bit tight, and everyone was just a bit uptight, weren't they? I think in Germany, and they're trying to be a bit looser, I think, in this regard, and the mood is good, and amongst the fans, I mean, I don't know. I find it's interesting. Today is traditionally one of the most important days in the Scottish football calendar. The new fixture list comes out. And I was speaking to my colleagues and some other fans earlier, and no one's giving that second thought. Everyone is so focused on this match tomorrow night. I mean, potentially, as I say, these players stand on the brink of immortality. So, domestic football seems a long, long way away.
Yeah, it really does. Obviously, always a massive day. I think I'm still panicked a little bit because I've got my wedding in August, Alan, so I'm still panicked about the Premier League fixtures tomorrow, hoping that my second Sunderland reference here, they don't get a team by the name of Newcastle United on the 30th of August. So if the Premier League are listening, if you can avoid that and save me my wedding day, that would be fantastic. But look, Ryan, I wanted to give you sort of the final word because I was reading your piece before we came on, and it's a really, really good piece. And I know that might sound biased, but it is. I can be biased because Catherine wrote it, not myself, so I can't say it was really good. But you got a late ticket for the Haiti game coming over. How's the search for the ticket at the moment for the Morocco game?
Well, I believe in a thing called manifestation, and as of an hour ago, someone upstairs was looking down on me, got my ticket. Amazing. Here we go. I'm a chancer, so I got a Category 2 ticket and I just walked right to the front. I was shouting John McGinn. He looked at me. I did meet him once in Ibiza and he did remember me. That was 10 years ago. But yeah, I've now got a Category 1 ticket. So living it up, and I will be talking to anyone and everyone, sharing my story, and nervous. I do feel for Morocco. I do have a lot of love for the country, but I'm in dream world. Scotland are going to get a 0-0, a 1-1, a 2-1. Maybe Hakimi will get sent off and Scotland will run riot. We just got to believe. That's what we're here for. And then bring on Brazil.
There is an element, Ryan, isn't there, of obviously people will remember 1998 and I was a lot younger, but I remember watching it, and I remember when it came out in the draw, and me and Alan, we were chatting, and our colleague Mark also chatting. At first it was like, oh, Brazil and Morocco again after 28 years, and then you get the same team again. But there's a feeling of almost destiny with this Morocco game. I don't know if you feel that as well.
I remember watching the draw, and that ideally I wanted to avoid England and Morocco, and it was unfortunate, and it's like a group of death really. And since I only booked last week, I was always in the back of my mind coming here, and this game is a real big marker within my life. And as much as we're underdogs, but let's wear that with like a badge of honour, and get the Flower of Scotland pelting and beat the record noise level
Again.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, again.
Ryan, you talked
If our
about
voices still work.
I was going to say,
Yeah, I was going to say you're struggling on, but you've done all right. The microphone's helped. Maybe we can get you a megaphone before the game. But look, you talked about manifestation. I'm going to ask all of you sort of your predictions. I hate to put people on the spot. You said a 1-1 or a 2-2, Ryan. I'm going to pin you down.
Or even a sneaky 2-1. I doubt anyone's predicted 3-0 Scotland. I'm just chucking out results here. But yeah, all our star players turning up. Morocco has an off day. You never know. And put our country back on the map.
You never know in football. Catherine, I'm going to come to you as well. What's your score prediction?
Well, I was talking to Moroccans yesterday, and it's quite funny. A lot of them say, like, oh, it's going to be a repeat of 98. It's going to be 3-0 to Morocco. But then they're very quick to say, but we love Scotland and it's such a great team. And then, yeah, I think Scottish fans, trying to remember between the sea of predictions of all the games, I think, yeah, most of them are saying Scotland will definitely get a goal, but they kind of seem a bit reserved in giving like a final result. But what's been really refreshing though, and I think this is also part of the World Cup, is just the support that both countries have for each other's fans. Like it was, yeah, as I mentioned earlier, just seeing them come together and everyone's really keen for both teams to do really well, even though they obviously want their own one to win.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Alan, I'm leaving you the final word here. Sorry for that, but how do you see the game going?
Oh, gee, well, I was there in St Etienne, as we've talked about before, Graham, haven't we? For that night, and was it 23rd of June, 1998? A bleak night. We were well and truly beaten, weren't we? And we didn't help matters going down to 10 men as well. So hopefully that won't happen tomorrow night. Hopefully we finish the game with 11 men. I am going to go for, with my heart, Scotland 1, Morocco 1. We'll get that point to get us over the line.
I'm going to give a slightly controversial opinion. I have said since the start of this tournament, I think Morocco are the strongest team in the group. So I have a feeling Morocco might sneak it. Sorry, Scotland fans. But I do, and I've said this since the draw came out, I think Scotland will get something against Brazil. And that will be the crowning moment. So we're just going to have to wait a little bit longer for the crowning moment. But fingers crossed, I'm wrong, and we can all just enjoy the Brazil game with a nice, calm head. But look, that's all for today. Honestly, thanks to everyone who's been listening and wishing happy birthday to Catherine for yesterday. Happy birthday, Catherine, for yesterday. Thanks for giving us your time. And if you're enjoying the show, as always, don't forget to give it a like, give it a share, subscribe. And that means that when you do subscribe, you'll get every episode daily directly to your feed on whatever podcast channel you prefer to use. But Catherine, Alan, and especially Ryan, enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for joining.
Cheers.